So, it's still rumors surrounding the Kansas City Chiefs trying to add a wide receiver, a veteran wide receiver. And we know that one common name that keeps popping up is Deandre Hopkins. And the reason why his name keeps popping up is because there's no secret that Deandre Hopkins is the best wide receiver left in free agency. And he had numerous historic seasons where he put up over 1,000 yards with a crazy amount of receptions. And we know he has one of the greatest hands and catch radius that this game has ever seen. But in this video, we're going to be talking about, is DeAndre Hopkins still a possibility? Do we still need him? And we're going to be talking about, is it going to happen and how likely is it to happen? Now, I do think that it's still a possibility, of course, but it's all up to Brett Veach. Does he think the roster is fine where it's at, or does he think we have to go for DeAndre Hopkins? It's really up to what Brett Veach thinks. And yeah, I feel like either way we're going to be fine. But I'm going to be giving a numerous amount of reasons why we might still be in the mix for DeAndre Hopkins, so stay tuned. So there's plenty of reasons why I could still see us pursuing DeAndre Hopkins, because at the end of the day, like I said, very good wide receiver with a lot of talent and a wide skill set. So I would understand why teams would pursue him, I definitely get it. DeAndre Hopkins, 31 years old, but he literally said he's not going to retire anytime soon. He said that he's got at least another half a decade in football in the tank. And we know the Patriots are trying to get him. The Titans are trying to get him. And they've been talking to DeAndre Hopkins, but it doesn't look like he's going to even sign with them. And the Chiefs are another possibility according to ESPN, because we're remaining in talks with the free agent. The Chiefs have kept in contact with him, and we do have interest, but the real issue for us is money. And that's literally been the case since DeAndre Hopkins was even up for trade at the first time. We only have $400,000 in current salary cap space. That's the least in the NFL. And we know Hopkins want an Odell Beckham type of contract. Now, we could free up money to pursue DeAndre Hopkins, but we have to extend Chris Jones, and that's probably not going to happen until late in the summer, around August. So if DeAndre Hopkins is waiting, and he's waiting for us to sign Chris Jones, then we most likely will sign a contract with him. But if he wants to rush to sign, then he's going to sign with the Pats or the Titans. But I do think that he's going to wait it out, because what is he really rushing for? I'm sure he doesn't want to go through all the off-season stuff, because he's a veteran, he doesn't really have to go through all that. So I can see him waiting it out, waiting for us to sign Chris Jones and then sign him with us. And we lost Juju, so I feel like we could use another veteran to plug in with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, because he's technically a veteran at this point. And it's going to be nice, man. It's going to be nice to see DeAndre Hopkins in a Chiefs jersey if it really happens. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm not like, you feel me? I can't just predict what's going to happen, but I do think it's a big possibility after we re-sign Chris Jones, which we should do, because if we don't re-sign Chris Jones, I doubt he's going to want to play, because he deserves a contract. He's coming off a year where he had basically, he should have had 16.5 sacks he should have like 17 sacks if 2 wasn't taken away from him. So he's coming off a season like that, and we're not going to extend him. Come on, man. That's disrespectful to what he does and what he brings to Kansas City. So I'm sure we're going to extend him, but we're probably going to wait. And when we extend him, that's going to open up room to go get DeAndre Hopkins. So that's why I don't think he's off the table. And it's a very big possibility that he does play with us, because we do need a proven wide receiver. I'm not going to say we need it, but I think we do. It could help us. That's how I'm going to put it. Getting a proven wide receiver could definitely help us. And us still talking to him, that means a lot. And he has no plans to call it a career anytime soon. He literally said he's going to keep playing until he can't get 1,000 yards in the season anymore. And I could see him getting 1,000 yards for a very, very, very long time. And the Patriots and the Titans being in contact with him, I understand that makes things scary. But if DeAndre Hopkins himself want to wait it out for us to sign Chris Jones, and that's what he'll do. So if he really wants to be with the Kansas City Chiefs, he knows what he has to do. And Patrick Mahomes is coming off a historic season where he led the Kansas City Chiefs to their second Super Bowl win in the last 4 seasons. He also won the second MVP award of his career as well. And now he could potentially have wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins playing alongside him. And that's honestly just scary for the league. And it's going to be something that the league is going to be scared of. Seeing him with Kadarius Toney, Scott Moore, all these young wide receivers, it's going to be something special to watch, especially seeing him with Travis Kelce as well. That's going to be something very special to watch. DeAndre Hopkins, he's obviously been linked with a move to the Chiefs, and he might be open to even playing at a small discount for the Kansas City Chiefs because they're Super Bowl champions. The Pats and the Titans are going to have to pay big for him, but us, he would take a small discount for because he knows there's a way bigger chance of him winning. And I understand some people don't like D-Hop, but I want to see him play with Mahomes for the right price. And I'm just going to keep giving y'all updates, how to let y'all know that the Chiefs are still trying to get him. And Mahomes improves everyone around him. So having Hopkins on the team certainly wouldn't hurt. But if he demands a very high salary, then we should avoid signing him because we do already have talent on our roster. And yeah, but if he's taking something fair, that where we're not lowballing him and he's not asking for something crazy with us, then hey, I would love to see him on the Kansas City Chiefs, and I wouldn't complain about it. He's one of my favorite wide receivers, and seeing him with my favorite quarterback ever, that would be something special, and that's just a dream come true. Like I said, I'm not saying we need DeAndre Hopkins because we don't necessarily need him, but I'm just saying, man, it's like us getting him doesn't hurt. It just makes everything easier. Like, you know that feeling when you don't need somebody, but they make life easier for you? That's basically how it is. Like, okay, I may not need this person. Like, worst case scenario, this person leaves my life. Or, like, I'm speaking now in football terms. Like, in general, this person leaves my life. My life will still be fun. I'm going to still be successful. But this person helps me be more successful in an easier way. I don't have to do too much that I would normally have to do without this person, you know? But that's basically what it is with Mahomes. Like, Mahomes, he's going to be good regardless. He's going to be an MVP candidate, probably win the MVP regardless, but it'll just be easier to do it with DeAndre Hopkins. And y'all all know what I'm trying to say. For people in the comments acting like DeAndre Hopkins is washed, cut it out, man. Please cut it out. This guy's not washed. If you think he's washed, you clearly didn't watch him last season. No, he wasn't hurt. He had a PED suspension. Came back and had 700 yards in 9 games. If that's washed, then that's funny because 700 yards in 9 games is actually a lot more yards than some of our wide receivers on the roster in how much games? Double-digit games. So let's calm down with that one. DeAndre Hopkins is not washed. He still could play at a very high level, and he's doing that with backup quarterbacks. So you have to be ignorant to ignore the fact that this man has been playing with horrible quarterbacks and still having like crazy numbers, bro. You have to be ignorant to ignore that and use one season of injury against him. You have to be very ignorant for that, bro. DeAndre Hopkins even debunked this himself, saying, bro, he's not washed. Like, did you watch him last season? But let me know what y'all think, man. I tried to give y'all a quick update. Yes, the Chiefs are still in talks for DeAndre Hopkins. No, this is not a clickbait video, and it's a big chance that it could still happen, and I think it could happen if we re-sign Chris Jones, and if he waits that long, then it will happen. Trust me. If we re-sign Chris Jones and DeAndre Hopkins is still in free agency, then he's a Chief. But if not, then he's gonna go to the Pats or the Titans, maybe even the Browns. It's been your boy Chiefs Priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.